Hey Virgo, my name is Dre, and this is your June 2017 reading, Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. Um, if you want a reading, just email me. I already laid out the cards to save time, and I'm using the Tarot of the Holy Light deck, and it's a great deck. So, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Discs in reverse. We have the Fool. We have Judgment. Seven of Discs. Ten of Discs. Nine of Wands. The Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Eight of Cups. For the outcome, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And for an additional card, we have the Magician or the Magus in this deck. Okay, so, when I looked at your last reading, it was all about deciding who to say no to, when to say no, reclaiming your own worth. Stepping into a position of authority or power that you've had, because I remember that Queen of Pentacles. We also had a lot of major arcana cards. So it was, the main lesson was, especially with that Hangman, was to realize that you were going through a trial. You were going through a period that was really testing your commitment to something, whether or not something was even worth your time. Again, whether that was like a relationship or a job or whatever. That's sort of the feeling I was getting. And I'm seeing it continue here because you had a 10 in the last reading. I know you guys had the 10 of Cups. I don't remember if you had the 10 of Swords as well, but you had the 10 of Cups. And now we have the 10 of Discs here. We also have an Ace with the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Cups. And we have a 9 of Wands. So it's like, there's this, whenever I see aces and tens and nines, it's like there's still leftover things that are culminating concurrently with us trying to bring new things into our environment, into our realm, into our world. And so I feel like there's this constant cycle. And we have the Fool here, which is 0, as well as the Magician, which is 1. So it's like there's a sense of you still being in between these two worlds of trying to leave something old behind but bringing something new in. And of course we have Judgment, which is pretty much the final deal, at least until the world. And so I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be about what you're seeing, day to day, real talk, real feelings, real real actions and real consequences, because that's essentially what the 7 of Discs is. It's day-to-day drudgery, which Virgo rules, by the way, in astrology, the 6th house. So it's trying to be in a position where you might feel dissatisfied. You might feel that the tide of the season or the world or whatever is kind of against you right now, that you're not sure how to really go with the flow. And a lot of you are probably, there's a lot of things from the past. There's a lot of things that have already happened that are still very, is dictating where we are right now. It's dictating how we're going about our day-to-day, whatever you're doing, our day-to-day situations. And so for a lot of you, if you are in a relationship, or if you are, if you started a new job, or if you started something new, or if there's a new opportunity around you, or an opportunity that you see around you that you want to seize, a lot of you are probably really overthinking it. You are selling yourself short. I feel like for some of you, you're placing, how you feel about the situation is pretty much dictated by old things that have happened in the past, things that I still feel like are in your life right now. Some of you are in a very difficult, tense home situation or a situation with work or with career where you feel like you can't just get up and go as easily, where you feel like there's still work that needs to be done. There's still things that you can put into this. There's still a part of yourself that you can contribute to this. Again, whether it's like, because it's 10 of discs here, it's like family, it's your career, your work field, your work situation. I just still feel like that a part of you is sort of optimistic about it, but at the same time, it's just like not things are not really going as well as you would like them to be. And I feel like it's kind of throwing you off track a little bit. You might feel like that there is no relief from what's happening, and it's just like you found yourself in a comfortable routine in doing something that is at least on the most practical levels, like paying the bills, is doing what it's supposed to do. But it's like there's still like an extra hurdle. There's still another hassle. There's something around you that's just like an unnecessary burden. Excuse me, that you really need to address. And I'm really looking at that 4 of discs. So I feel like for some of you, it's like I'm seeing a home situation. I'm seeing a situation wherein, another partner is jealous, or you are making more money than somebody else, or there is some sort of uneven distribution in terms of satisfaction, just simple satisfaction. For some of you, you feel like you might deserve more, that you're owed more, or you're around somebody that's like this, and I feel like it's affecting your work. I feel like there's something here that's like really tense, and I'm seeing it here with the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. I'm getting the sense that for some of you, it's like, because with Judgment here, and it's upright, I'm getting the sense that there's something here that you can't really go back to. It's something that I feel like a light has been shown upon you. It's been like revealed to you that, whether or not you can like start again with like, with a partner, or if you can start again with like trying to see whatever vision or idea you have and bring it into life. I'm seeing like whether or not it's realistic for you, and you've already probably made your decision, but I'm getting the sense that there are a lot of other things that are in your way. There are a lot of things that's like blocking you from like really mentally jumping aboard that idea. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but we have the 2 of these aces reversed and the Page of Swords reversed. So it's like there's a chance for new opportunity, new love, new passion, but it's like I'm getting the sense that for some of you, like if you're going back to an ex, or if you're going back to like an old job, if you're going back to something that has overstayed its welcome, I feel like that it'll only continue to leave you dissatisfied. You'll only feel like that something about it isn't necessarily right for you. But this Magician here is telling me that, and with the Fool, that there's a lot for you to learn in this process of having high expectations, or having expectations about something, or having like it in your head about something being a certain way, and then once you experience it, once it happens, you're left disappointed. You're left realizing that, okay, there's more work here that needs to be done, or there's more about this situation that I can't control, or there's more about this coming down the pipeline that I didn't realize, that I wasn't really prepared for. And I feel like it's going to deal with your emotions. I feel like somebody's going to hurt you again, or somebody has hurt you. And then I feel like when you're trying to tepidly step back into the same situation, or tepidly, try to go back and sort of recalibrate your angle, come at it from a different, point of view, I still feel like what's going to be waiting for you on the other side of that is the same sort of emotional disruption or emotional sort of baggage that had been there prior. Because this Four of Discs is telling me that you're trying to, you want to return to something that's normal, to something that is comfortable and familiar with you. Something that you're not entirely ready to let go of with this Page of Swords reverse is something that you're probably having two minds about, but you're trying to be positive and you're trying to be realistic and goal oriented with this Ten of Discs. But there's something about this beginning. There's something about trying to bring this back into life that, again, there's something unforeseen and there's something that's a little bit delayed, and there's also something sort of volatile and tiring and taxing about this situation. So I feel like the best advice I could give you guys is to just, one, like, recognize your pain for what it is. Recognize it for the fact that it's there for a reason, especially if you're going back to somebody that did you wrong in the past. Or if it's an old habit, or if it's an old way of doing things. If it's in like an old way of feeling about things. Because with this Judgment here, you have been granted like a clean slate, as well as with the Fool and the Magician. You've been granted a clean slate to sort of, if not start over completely, at least tackle this emotional volatility, this emotional sort of chaos that's around you sort of head on. But I really feel like that for a lot of you, it'd probably be better to like hold off a little bit, to like really, because I do feel like there are other more important things at hand. There are more important things at work right now that you need to tend to, that you need to take care of, that is sort of consuming all of your time. And if that is sort of like this chaos, and if it is that volatility, if that's what you're trying to sort of like control or rein in or like micromanage, I feel like it's more than likely a waste of your time. Because I feel like if you keep returning to that well, there's something here that you're going, there's a continuous cycle that you're going to have to face and you're going to have to come into contact with, that you're going to have to defend yourself against. And so I feel like it's more important for you to sort of get to a point within yourself where you're comfortable with recognizing that you have limits, that you can only be pushed so far, that you can only be pulled so far in so many different directions, that you can only be so many things to so many different people before you get to a point where your sense of reality is totally just torn away from you. And it's like, it's in the hands of other people. I don't know if I'm explaining any of this right, but I feel like there's a sense that you need to just sort of return to the center of yourself. Because with Gemini season, Gemini and Virgo both being ruled by Mercury, and Mercury actually going into Gemini probably as I speak, I think, it's like there's a chance for you to sort of seek new endeavors, seek new modes of communication, seek new methods of getting your point across. Because I still feel like, Mercury isn't in retrograde, but there's like some energy here that's sort of reminding me of that, where it's like you don't want to speak too harshly about something, especially if you haven't gotten all the information. You don't want to put all your hope into something if you haven't been like, if it's something that, especially if it's something that's new, or if it's something that's old that has already proven to be ill-functioning or not worth your time, it's going to be like you having to like constantly come back to the drawing board, constantly needing to like reevaluate yourself and realize and like have a heart-to-heart with yourself and being like, well, is what I'm doing actually, the healthiest thing right now? Am I being led by, am I leading with a true heart, or am I leading from something else that's coming from some other place? Am I letting other people play me? Am I letting gossip and rumors and sort of my own insecurities lead me in my own like sort of willful ignorance sort of lead me to this place, or am I doing it because I understand that where I'm going is truthful, and I'm learning about where I'm going, and I've been here and I've done this. Is it is it one or is it the other? So I feel like that's gonna be like an important question to ask yourself for the duration of this month. But at the same time, realize that you have tools at your disposal to sort of like make all of the baddies go away, or make all of the terrible choices that you could make. You could instead put that effort into something that truly is more in line with your individuality, more truly in line with how you feel about yourself. Because with the Virgo, or excuse me, with the Gemini new moon, that was in your 10th house. Yes, that was in your. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in your 10th house. It made you question, like, are you on the right track? Are you going? Is your career? How can I word this? Are you satisfied with where the trajectory of your public life is going? Whether or not it's your career or not, but the overall arc of your life, like where your biggest ambition, your biggest goal, your biggest like dream in terms of the work, like the work you're putting into, your day-to-day work, everything how can I phrase this? Oh my God. As soon as Mercury goes into Gemini, I'm just like, what? Are you confident in the fact? Are you confident in the work you're putting? Are you confident with the work you're putting into? Are you confident where that's going to lead you? Oh my goodness. Are you confident that that's going to lead you someplace that's going to be satisfactory for you? And I feel like with the Sagittarius full moon, that's going to ask that question again, except on a more personal level. And it's going to really make you, highlight all of your insecurities, any place where you feel like you haven't been bold enough, any place where you haven't been, aggressive enough. So again, that's going to be at play throughout June. So with that being said, Virgo, I wish you all the best. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.